Basically, domestic actors adopting asymmetric warfare tactics typically. There's so much going on. I've been thinking about it nonstop. I just want to get on here, share it with you guys, and hopefully get some comments back. Oh, and if you're wondering about this thing on the side of my hat, it's the mic. I was getting so much interference from on my shirt. I'm going to try this and see what happens. But anyway, 2 attacks, different states, same playbook being utilized. First responders are lured into danger. There's coordinated ambushes established, tactical gears in play, and sniper fire is being used. This isn't random violence anymore. This is something much more serious. So I think by now everyone is up on and tracking with what was going on with the incident in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. And that is where firefighters responded to what looked like was just a routine brush fire. Ended up being anything but, because a gunman, West Raleigh, he waited for them, he was concealed, he was armed, he was ready. It turns out he lit the fire intentionally just to bait them in, and then he fired from a hidden, elevated position. And unfortunately, he ended up striking one firefighter in the head. And the whole thing about this is, this was an absolute setup. This dude had established a legitimate kill zone. And now we have this attack in Texas on July 4th, around a dozen attackers dressed in black gear, basically the Antifa uniform, which just with that shows you that there is a level of coordination here. But they launched fireworks outside of an ICE facility as what is now an apparent diversion tactic, just like lighting the fire in Idaho was. Once again, first responders, in this case, the officers, responded to the chaos, and then all of a sudden, shots ring out from the woods. One cop takes a bullet to the neck. This was another sniper-style, coordinated, tactical attack. When the suspects are caught, they're armed, they're armored, and they're carrying propaganda. And this isn't just about fire and bullets. It's about strategy. The fact that we're starting to see the use of deception, terrain, and surprise, law enforcement, emergency services, fire department, EMS personnel, and even your prepared citizen population, we're facing a new threat profile. Operations that resemble insurgency tactics. And how long till this becomes basically mainstream and we begin to start seeing this type of assault more frequently? And taking this back a little further, we could also weave the Mandalay Bay shooting into this as well, as it shares the key tactical elements with these 2 attacks. Though the scale and the context differ, the underlying strategy reveals a disturbing evolution in domestic threat profiles. So I definitely think that there are some tactical parallels across all 3 of these incidents. The first and probably most important is the amount of premeditation and recon that was done. Stephen Paddock scouted up multiple venues before choosing Mandalay Bay. And I think similarly, the ICE attackers used diversion and timing, and then the Idaho shooter set the fire intentionally just to draw those first responders in. Another big takeaway is the fact that they all used terrain and elevation. All 3 leveraged the physical space. They had high ground, concealment, or incorporated some sort of environmental chaos to gain the tactical advantage. They also all had that ambush mentality, because these weren't reactive shootings. They were deliberate, calculated, and obviously designed to maximize confusion to create as many casualties as possible. And I think there are some real principles that need to be focused in on here, because these all included deception, surprise, mobility, and psychological disruption. And these are all hallmarks of insurgent tactics. And they really were present in each and every one of these cases. The Mandalay Bay shooting, that was once considered an outlier, just, an anomaly of scale and planning. But when you view Mandalay Bay alongside these newer incidents, it really just starts to look like a prototype for a growing trend. Basically, domestic actors adopting asymmetric warfare tactics typically only seen in conflict zones. And this shift is really going to challenge law enforcement and emergency response models, because it's going to demand a new level of enhanced situational awareness, better interagency coordination, and training for nonlinear threat environments. So a lot to unpack here. Guys, let me know in the comments any trends that I may have missed or anything that you're possibly seeing or ties that you can link all these together to just show an evolution of how our domestic front line is changing. And with that, we'll see you on the next one. Be safe.